The man known as the Beast of Washington unalives his girlfriend in Mexico, and with the connections that he's managed to make, this animal plans on escaping his cage unscathed. This is the tragic story of Sativa Transue. Welcome to Crimes Among Us. Sativa was born May 19, 1995 in Spokane, Washington. She attended Cheney High School and received her extended education from Eastern Washington University in 2017. With a degree in exercise science, she had dreams of becoming a massage therapist. However, Sativa decided to take an opportunity to move to the west side of Washington to help open a new medical dispensary in Puyallup and Auburn, Washington. She was just excited to make new friends and grow as a person. Ask anyone about Sativa and they would tell you she was generous, funny, a ray of sunshine, spreading positivity and happiness no matter where she went. You couldn't tell any of her friends that she was not exclusively their best friend. But Sativa could have all the friends in the world, but she was missing something: companionship. Sativa and her coworker became much more than work buddies, forming a troubling relationship that came with one red flag after another. Taylor Keith Duran Allen, aka T, would forever change and destroy the lives of everyone she loved. First, any guy he saw as threatening, communication was shut off. Any of her best friends that didn't like him were removed from her life. And any time that she would see anyone that was not him, the mental punishments began. He would disappear for days without any communication. At times, her mental support dog Shadow would also be taken. But once T was released from his alleged parole for the illegal distribution of not legal in all places medicine, he was able to allegedly start doing much stronger non-medicines, as items that are used to draw blood were found hidden in the apartment. His thirst grew insatiable, and that's when Sativa met who she describes as T's beast, an angry, uncontrollable animal that could not be tamed. His ex-girlfriend would reach out to the family, letting them know of his prior domestic history, but only after it was far too late. Nothing about his activities were isolated. Sativa's siblings visit her, staying at their apartment for a week and a half. During that time, they barely saw T. He was doing what he called work phone calls in his car or busy training for boxing at the gym, hanging out with the neighbors, lighting up some MJ. He was a chameleon of sorts, very likable, a shady vibe as he tells you what you want to hear. He did a very good job of keeping the beast locked away until he got behind closed doors. Upstairs, the walls riddled with random holes and broken items, but Sativa was really good at explaining all of that away. Years of dating, no ring, no engagement, no plans. But on November the 25th, 2021, Thanksgiving Day, instead of Sativa being with her family or any of her friends, T made plans for Cancun. But before they even stepped on the plane, a huge argument. T, unbeknown to Sativa, had made plans for them both to move into a duplex opposite of his mother. Sativa found her extremely controlling when it came to their relationship and to her. Nevertheless, they made the trip. Sativa texts her sister saying, "I love you and happy Thanksgiving, Michaela," telling her to be careful, jokingly telling her how to say help in Spanish. Sativa responding, "Spell it how it sounds," having no idea she would actually need the word. The next day, Sativa posted pictures of the awesome view of their hotel, the All Ritmo Resort and Water Park, a water park and resort that she paid for. Sativa texts Michaela saying she is enjoying the sunshine. She sends her niece a Snapchat from what looked like a bar. The message read, "I'm full led up" at 5:38 p.m. Washington time. Sativa texts Michaela again, this time texting her a message saying "for freak." But she was on vacation in Mexico on Thanksgiving. Of course she was drinking. The next morning, Michaela gets a text from one of Sativa's friends saying to call her. She thinks nothing of it and screenshots the message to Sativa and asks her who is it. But when the message didn't go through, she began to get worried. The next morning, Sativa's mom gets a call at 9 a.m. from the American consulate at Mexico, telling her that Sativa had been found unalived in her hotel room. Shortly after that call, she got a Facebook Messenger call from Taylor's cousin Richard, also telling her she was gone. It's not clear how he knew this information. Sativa's friend had gone to the police after not receiving answers to concerning text messages from the night before. Sativa had told them that she had to get stitches and Taylor had escaped from security. Taylor's mother called Sativa's friend hours before the consulate called Jamie, saying, "I think Sativa is deceased." Later, attempting to call Jamie, Sativa's family was able to partially piece together the events that left her a human piñata on Thanksgiving. Earlier that evening, Sativa and Taylor had gone to dinner at the restaurant located in the hotel. A witness said they seemed normal. They head back to the room. Later, returning to the hotel, they had a few drinks. A witness sees Taylor making out with another girl at the bar. Sativa gets very upset. She tries to pull him away, but he was said to be intolerable. The beast had began to surface, but this time in the public's eye. It got so bad, security had to ask him to leave. He started acting irrationally, running up and down, jumping over fences and chairs. He fell after an attempt to jump over the chair. He finally calmed down and was escorted to the room where Sativa was. T is a big man, 250 pounds solid. Security and staff told Sativa not to let him out of that room again. She said okay, and they went inside. And at that moment, no one cared about Sativa's safety, only that the disturbance was now gone. He was her problem, but she didn't ask for this. Sativa was in trouble. It is unclear what happened at this point, but it seems someone called the front desk after hearing terrifying screaming from Sativa's room. Hotel staff came, noticing a deep cut on her chin. She was taken to the lobby for medical assistance. However, the cut was so deep, a doctor had to be called. He came to the hotel, stitching her 1.5 inch long cut. T had disappeared, according to the manager. They asked Sativa if he had hit her and she denied it, saying she didn't remember and she guessed that she had failed. He was finally found when a worker realized their hotel window was open, climbing through the air conditioning monitors to the roof of the hotel, laying on the ground, appearing extremely inebriated. The access to the roof was a tight one. One false move and you plummet to your end. From 9:30 p.m. to 1 a.m., the security attempted to talk him down. He was saying he was gonna jump. They finally called the authorities so he could be rescued. But the hotel staff said that they got this under control, so they called him off. They gave him water and poured ice water on his head. They tied ropes around his waist and tried to coerce him inside the window. They calmed him down enough to come inside. They put him in a shower to cool him off. As Sativa was being looked at by the doctor, she was given food while she waited. She was uninterested in talking to them about T. They asked her again, "Did he hit you?" She replied, "I love him a lot, and he is very good to me." They claimed they offered her a separate room, allegedly asking in front of T. She, of course, says no. She is in a foreign country where she does not speak the language. A man that is 3 times her size is acting like a human bowling ball that has escaped from security. She should not have had an option. She was in shock. She was scared. The hotel solution moved them to the first floor to avoid him trying to jump again. She helped T pack, rubbing his thighs while he sat on the bed, trying her best to calm him down. The beast was unleashed. The next morning, he heads to the lobby on the 2nd floor in his undergarments. He was freshly showered. He tells the desk with a calm, cold voice, never looking up from his phone, "My wife is unconscious." She was found unalive by the maid. Reportedly, a woman next door heard the screams and didn't tell anyone. The head of security heard screams and kept walking. Everyone was afraid of T, but they didn't have him arrested. She was found face down on the hotel floor, her purse around her as if she was trying to leave. Her jewelry ripped out, a black eye, a bruised nose, bruises on her cheeks, stitches on her chin, her body badly bruised. She had marks on her wrist and ankles that appeared to be restraint marks, along with defensive wounds. Her official cause of death? Strangulation, with many contusions. Allegedly, Taylor has joined the most notorious group in Mexico for self-preservation and a chance to walk. 50 years is the max sentence for this crime in Mexico.
My name's Michaela Bolia Bedoya. I'm Sativa Transue's sister. She's my older sister. She was my best friend. Not a day goes by that I don't think about her, that I don't miss her. I just had a daughter and named her after her, Lilia Nichelle. I wish you could meet her. My sister's been gone for almost 3 years now, and I'm fighting for justice just as hard now as I was on day one, and so is my family. We all miss her and love her. She was a light in our life, and we hope she's shining down on all of us now.
Her family was unable to get her body back to the States until mid-December. Despite the appearance that he left her body, Mexico wouldn't give the consulate the okay to cremate. They won't even give the family the next court date. And now they have to live in fear that T will walk free. If you're not already subscribed, this year we're tackling a lot of cases. Please hit subscribe and hit the notification so you'll know whenever I release the next video. If you have a case that you would like for me to research, please leave your suggestions down below in the comment area. Thank y'all for tuning in and watching this video. And as always, there is always crimes among us. On average, 40% of murders in the U.S. go unsolved. Once a case becomes cold, it is treated as a non-priority. The families that are left without justice need answers. Their cases deserve your undivided attention. Tune in next time and help me ensure what's done in the dark will always come to the light.